Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about the Remus Experimental coming out. My name
Experimental. She turned it into 3 words. She turned one word into 3.
That was
X,
very...
and then peri, and then mental.
Experimental. My name is McNeil. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, along with our special guests Kathy Cole, Justine Mays, and Matt Logie.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello. So yes, so McNew, yes, good intro there. Quality that we've come to expect.
My best work, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It reminded me of what character did Catherine O'Hara play in Schitt's Creek?
Oh, Moira.
Moira, the way that she was always saying words.
So I read these scripts today, and I somehow just did not expect a word with that many syllables in it. So I was like, experimental. Like, I know the word. Experimental. I got it.
You got it. You're confident now. Okay,
yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. KK had some random observations. She kept saying we were at an event together last night. It was at the Speakeasy. It was a game night type of situation, and KK kept saying this is going to be a small talk, and I didn't know what exactly that meant, how it turns into a small talk. I'm not sure, but and there's a lot of stuff going on. You know, we got one guy with a hearing aid, and the hearing aid apparently wasn't working, and there's a whole thing going on with that. He can't hear anything. I mean, I thought is this part of it? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, and then Kathy decides to start yelling at the guy, like
no, he said, "I have a hearing problem," and I said, "Oh, my name is KK."
but really loud.
Really loud and right in his face.
Yeah, as loud as Darren talks on a regular basis. So that's sort of loud. Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, but I wear hearing aids."
That's definitely what the hearing impaired want you to do, is to yell at them, I'm sure.
Right. And then we had another person that had hearing aids, and then I saw them talking together once. I'm like, they're not getting any of this shit, like they're just shaking their heads yes when they're talking to each other.
They're just writing each other secret notes.
Right.
So if you get to that point, will you get a hearing aid?
I think I would. I mean, yeah, I want to be able to hear, and I've had frustrations with my parents and hearing aids, and I would buy a real one too. Like my mom, she travels out with her fellow 80-something-year-olds, and they're like, hey, you don't need to get a real hearing aid. You just go to Costco, and they go, it never works with the shit, this Costco thing. I mean, it's basically a toy hearing aid. It's not a real one. And my mom is so damn cheap about stuff, and I don't know why. Her big thing is she never has any money because she wraps up all her money in long-term investment. She has an investment advisor who basically takes all her money, and she gets, in her bank, she has, $2,000 or something. There's a woman who's kind of wealthy. I mean, she's doing okay. I don't understand the investment people. If I ever have any say in this, that woman will be fired on the day I have say in it. Let's just say that.
She's 80 years old. What more can she invest in? Spend your money.
Exactly.
She's gonna need to use it to live.
Oh, have
She
fun.
could be old. She could live to 95.
Right.
That's 15 years of income.
My mom, she's got plenty for 15 years of income, particularly her frugal lifestyle. She one day she says to me a couple years back, she's like, there's a hole in the roof there. Water's coming in, but I probably got about 3 months until I open up some money where I can fix that. I'm like, fuck, do you need money, Mom? I'll loan you the money. Free, no interest free.
You don't have house insurance that will pay for that for you.
Mom, I don't know why
Oh my God. No, but cheap. Back to hearing aids. My grandma had hearing aids my whole life, was basically deaf. But she'd have them on. But at holiday parties or family gatherings, when she was sick of us, she'd just turn them off and stop talking to everybody.
That's what I do too. That's got to be a pleasant thing about that.
Grandma stopped talking. That was
particularly at family events. Yeah.
That was our cue to leave. If we had stayed too long, we would notice she stopped interacting in the conversations. We're like, oh, she turned her hearing aids off. She wants on.
Yeah.
Serenity now. Just turn it off.
Right. They
My
have
dad
Bluetooth now.
My dad needs it really bad, but he refuses to get it. But you'll see, if you say something to him, and then he's like, "What?" and then you say it again, and you'll see him turn his head because it's only his right ear that works.
Okay.
His left ear doesn't work, and he won't get a hearing aid.
Right.
My grandpa was the same. His dad was the same way. He needed a hearing aid, and he wouldn't get one either.
Yeah. My mom does that thing where she thinks you're saying the weirdest fucking thing. She's like, "You wore a cape to the drugstore?" And I'm like, "No. Where do you come up? Why would you think I would say that? Well, you clearly just need to say I didn't hear you. There's no one saying these fucking wacky things. You put mustard on your sauerkraut? What? I just says this wackadoodle shit, and I'm like, oh." And she's like, "Well, you mumble when you talk." Oh, yes, I do. I just mumble. I'm a mumbler. You don't have a hearing problem. You have a son who has a mumbling problem.
So that's clearly how he got a podcast. Is his mumbling problem?
Right, the mumbles. I got a
yeah. My dad says the same thing. All of us mumble.
Right.
We don't talk. Everybody in his life mumbles. Right. Both of his grandsons, his wife, his son, his daughter. Everybody mumbles.
It's everyone's fault. It's everyone's fault. Yes. So. Okay. There's a little hearing diversion there. Kathy, what did you want to ask about the event? You said there's a question there or a small talk or chat.
I figured something would happen, and we were talking about it a little bit before we started recording, that you did not like the source of my cash.
Right. So just to give everybody the backstory real quick, I'll go through this real quick. We do an event. It's with friends, and we do it. It's called Millionaires Weekend. We go for a weekend to Kentucky, and the idea is you save up for it all year just with extra cash. And where do you get extra cash? I don't know. Maybe a lot of people only use credit cards, so extra cash is kind of a tough thing. I use cash, so sometimes you get cash. Or like my mom will give a birthday gift. She wants to give you cash. Well, I'll just put that in there because I don't need it. I buy whatever I want anyway, so that cash just goes in this jar. And the idea is, at the end of a year, because you save for a year, because you go and you have fun, the idea is you spend your money that you've saved, and then you save up for a year for the next year. That's the concept. And I went so far as the people that are on there this year, I had custom jars made. That's a Millionaires Weekend, and you put your money in there, and you just save it up. And Kathy has now twice that I know of put money in there and then taken it out, and I'm like, that's not the concept of this thing. And she's like, "Well, where would I get cash?" Because we were doing an event that required you to have $25 cash. And she's like, "Well, where would I get cash?" And I'm like, "Well, if the jar didn't exist, where would you get cash?" That's where you get your cash from. You leave it in there because, again, this is ultimately all your money. There's no secret thing here. This is actually your money. But I'll tell you what, when you go on a trip and you've saved, I don't know, $1,500, $2,000, whatever it is, $1,500, $4, I don't know, whatever it is, it feels like it's free money because you've set it aside. You've kind of forgotten about it to some degree. You're not messing with it. And then you get to go have fun, and it's guilt free because there's always guilt associated. Oh, we're going to go to this nice steak meal. Well, should I really get, the ribeye that I want to get? But that's kind of expensive. That's an $80 cut of meat. I could get one that I don't like as much, but it's only, $60 or $55. The idea is you just go get to have fun because you're spending money that you're not going to ding you at your next credit card bill. You're not going to get the bill from that trip and be like, shit, look what I've done to myself. Now I'm in the hole. So the idea is you just have fun. So and Kathy says I yelled at her. I did not yell at her. I just, I didn't like that. Yes, if I was yelling at her, that would be wrong. I agree with that. I shouldn't be yelling at Kathy for anything. But I didn't yell at her, but I pointed it out and I said, I don't like it. That's not the spirit of what we're trying to do with that. And you guys can weigh in. Was I wrong for saying that? Or do you disagree with Kathy? It's your jar. You take the money in, take it out, whatever you want to do.
I think that you are correct, Steve. The jar serves its purpose. The jar is there for that purpose. But also, KK, why the hell would you say that out loud? You had no reason.
That's on her. That part of it's on her. I wouldn't know. Right.
You could have avoided this whole situation just by shutting the fuck up. It's which is a thing that I don't do either. So I understand why that's a hard thing to do. You could have just said, "Oh, I went and got I had to go to the grocery store."
I don't normally go, have cash, but I stopped at the grocery store, got this. If you have to even say, I'm not even going to ask where you got the cash from. That's not even going to come up. I can be like, where's that cash from? I assume people have access to $25. This is where I'm wrong, I guess.
Should have just up with 25 ones.
Yeah,
that would have been fine. We actually needed change, so that would have worked. We would have been happy with that.
I feel like Steve would have been less mad if you're like, yeah, there's a weird dude in the corner that asked to see my toes and gave me $25. You'd been less mad about that. You don't have
to. Justine, what do you think?
I agree with McNew. Yes, that's the purpose of the jar, and yes, you should just not say anything.
Or not take it out of there, right? Again, it's ultimately her money. She can do whatever she wants, and she's going to go on the trip, and she's an adult, and then she'll just have to pay for it. And it takes away the spirit of, boy, I'm freewheeling here because I have this money.
But she won last night, so she repaid the $25 into the jar.
We can't go by that. So tomorrow she should go to the casino and put it all on, color. If she wins, we'll be like, look how smart that was. She won. You can't let the outcome that you know after the fact.
But as long as next time she puts in money, it's like, oh, I took $25 out of there. So next time I'm going to put the $25 back in and then 25 more.
Right. Yeah, well, she pays it back then. Yeah, see, if I would have won, I didn't though. But if I was terrible playing last night too, by the way. But if I would have won, I would have had still no $25 would have been taken out, and I would have put the 90 in there. Then, I'd be up a full $90. Kathy was only up 65, right? Yeah. So yeah, well, I again, Kathy can do whatever she wants. It's her money. It's the same thing. I want to repeat it again and again. It's her money. She can do whatever she wants. I just feel like we all have, expenses we got to stick to. That weekend, though, you can kind of forget to that a little bit if you have money that you've saved aside. If you're continuing to dip into it all year, you're not going to have money.
Right, but it worked out last night. What you dip into, I'm assuming, is your jar was at the shop, at the speakeasy? Do you keep it in your...
No. She keeps it at her house.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was thinking maybe it was in her locker at the speakeasy, and she didn't want to go to the ATM.
Right. We all did that. We all did that last year. We kept theirs in their locker, but this year we're we're taking it home. So that way there's still cash in there. But no one, by the way, no one's going to beat Katie, because Katie sold a car and put $4,000 in her jar. So.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to be hanging out with Katie. I just, she's going to be like, a round of drinks for my friends. I want to be around Katie. She's got all kinds of money in hers. Yeah. Yeah.
Be like those gangsters on Goodfellas, just like sliding you a 20 here and there.
Right. Matt, what do you think? What do you think on this?
It's interesting. I'm living more and more in a cashless world because
Mm-hmm.
I don't do poker clubs or card games or anything where
Right.
I would have to have a lot of cash. So it's interesting when you do run into situations where you need quick access to cash. But as long as you're earmarking it in your account, then it's still technically building interest. It's not sitting in like a swear jar just doing nothing for you. So, I mean, as long as you're designating it in your account, saying, I'm going to move this over, even if
Well,
it's
it's in a
just in
swear
your
jar.
head.
It's in a swear jar. That's where it's at,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. So that's, I mean, it was right. Kathy just showed you. Here's where her money's at. Show her again. Show me again,
Yep.
Kathy.
Right.
Yeah.
Ew,
So here's
This is my
the jar.
swear jar.
There it is.
those are cute.
Winners weekend. So
Do you
That's
think
nice.
though that $25 is going to
Ooh.
make a difference in KK's weekend? She's going to be like, "Oh, I can't go to lunch."
No, it doesn't.
$25.
I get that. It doesn't. And again, everything that everybody's saying is correct. If she does it, if it's just like, oh shit, I'm not a cash person. I don't have cash on me. Let me get that $25. No matter what happens tonight, I'm going to pay back that $25. Fine. And I don't think $25 is going to make a difference. But also, if you do that, it's the same thing. Oh, next time I need $10. Oh, I want to. Oh, there's some Girl Scouts selling cookies. I'm going to get. I'll take $20 out of there.
Borrowing. I got you, Steve. You don't like the habit of borrowing from it.
Because it ends up being, and then you don't pay back, and then you're just doing it all the time, and next thing you know, it's like, I'm a little short on paying the credit card bill this month. Why don't I take $400 out of the jar, and then I'll pay the bill.
And
And then I'll
they're not going to have a good millionaires weekend. They're not going to get to like free ball like you do, and you're not going to have fun with them, and they won't be paid back. Got it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So
I'm with you.
anybody who doesn't feel like they're having fun just has to go next year with shot. Then they'll be on the shot. There'll be a secondary trip that's going on concurrently. With shot. Go ahead,
I
Jessica.
don't care how much money if I even have $1 million saved by November, I'm not paying $80 for a steak.
Fair.
That's what she's taken out
But
of
that's
this.
what's important to me. What's important to you, I might not have any interest in. I might be like, I wouldn't have spent $60 on that sweatshirt that Justine just bought. So it allows you to, again, you're twisting things around to make arguments that aren't. I'm not arguing.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just telling you, I'm not paying $80
Right.
for a steak.
I think
I don't like food that much to pay that much for
Right.
it.
I get it. They sell chicken nuggets or whatever it is you eat. It's fine. It'll be good.
I'd eat an $80 steak.
Yeah, me too. I'll have an $80.
I'm
That
not
sounds good.
but I'm going to designate myself the judge on the show. Steve is correct. Don't borrow from the jar because it ruins the concept. KK, shut the fuck up when you do it. Okay, there we go.
Okay, there you go.
Let's drink.
There you go. There you
Okay.
go. So,
I
Matt,
knew
your
you'd
final
give us small
ruling
talk.
I'm with McNew. Yeah.
with McNeil. Just with McNeil. Okay.
Safe.
Yeah. So yes. So Kathy, just do better. That's all I'm asking. I just do better. And then because we want to have fun. The only thing is we want to have fun. I don't want to be like, oh, Kathy really doesn't want us to go to the steakhouse because things are tough, and I want to just when we go to the steakhouse, even if you want to get the chicken nuggies, I don't want anybody feeling bad that we're there because they're like, this is expensive. There's an Applebee's right across. We could just go to Applebee's if everybody wants to go. No, I don't want to go to
wanna do
Applebee's.
that either.
I don't want to go to Applebee's. I don't like Applebee's. So yeah, I just want to go and have fun with my friends. It's an invite only thing. So, and by the way, right now the only way you can get kicked out is if you eat a salad when we're day drinking all day. We had 2 people drop last year because they decided just to get a salad. No, a part of Millionaires Weekend is we don't eat just salads. We
That's when you're drinking all day. Like that's not. No.
Oh, they saw the results of it. I think both of them learned a lesson. So yeah,
Learn.
they struggled for it.
Food, get some grease in there, something solid.
Exactly. So, I think we're all, even Kathy, I feel like is on the same page. So,
I promise Steve that anything that goes in the jar from here on out stays in the jar.
fair enough. That's a good way to do it.
Growth.
And if you have to take out, it's borrowing. You literally have to put back. I say this is a fair way to do it.
And put
Because
back with
emergencies may pop. What's that?
Put back with interest.
There you go. Put back with interest. I like that. And my final note is, please, folks, use cash. For God's sakes, the society's built on that. I know it's convenient to use the cards. I know you get the points and all that. It's a terrible idea. Just utilizing cash is credit cards. I mean, is just a society where we only use credit cards is horrible. Is absolutely horrible. That $100 that you spend on your chicken nugget meal at the fancy chicken nugget place, they're going to get that retailer will get $96.50, and then when they go to spend it in the community, that $96.50 is going to be $92. And who wins out of this? These big fucking banks. Why do we want to help them? We don't want to do that. Also, like, we had a fun night playing a little game where you could potentially win some money. When we go to the all cashless society, like everybody thinks we should be in, that's the pantheon of living. Guess what's going to happen? Kathy's going to get a tax bill for her winnings at that as well, because they know exactly everything that's spent. They know terrible idea. Terrible. Just an absolute. Use cash as much as you can. That's what I'm going to say. Cash when possible. It's the best advice I can ever give you. Yeah, it is. And if you don't believe me, come down. We'll sit down and I'll let you go through my financial records and we'll go through all this stuff and I'll show you how there's a better way to your world, and we'll do that. So people need help, and I'm here to help. That's the one PSA I'll give you. I don't really know about much else. So I know a little bit about bourbon, a few things about Christmas music, and about Tommy Bahama resort wear, and that's about it. That's all I know about. But Skechers shoes. Skechers. I'm learning. I'm still a very lowly level Skechers person because I only been on them about a year or whatever at this point. But yeah, I'm definitely a super fan. I'm on my way up. My knowledge is on the rise. So I love the Goodyear technology. I haven't fallen once since I got the Goodyear technology, folks.
How much?
There's no better testament than that. A lot. Yeah, I used to fall a lot. Yeah. Now I'm not falling at all. I haven't fallen once. I even had to walk on ice. Yeah. But I was like, I got the Goodyears on. I can do this. You can do this, Steve. You got the Goodyears. Just don't think about it. You got the Goodyears. And I walked. I forced myself to walk across that icy parking lot when I got trapped after Key West in whatever town I was in Mississippi. And it worked out. Thank God I had the Skechers. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with, everybody here is like, why is he talking about this cash thing? I hate this thing. It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with KK.
Okay. I'm going to have a Remus to stay on topic.
Oh, that's a good one. That's very good. I'm quickly looking around to see if I got a Remus here. I probably do. Oh, yes. I'll go next. I've got a Remus. I've got the Experiment number 1. Experiment number 1. How about that for a topic? All right. That's fucking close. I'll just go to this. I have one, but I'm going to do Dark Arts, cab finish. Here we go. Yeah. That's our lead right there, folks.
It was sloshy.
It was sloshy. Okay, beat it then. The good thing our trash talkers haven't gone yet. Justine, you're next. What do you got?
I have Leopold Brothers Maryland style rye whiskey.
Okay. I do like that. Okay. What did I hear at the end there?
I didn't say that it wasn't.
It was sloshy, and it wasn't as bold as mine. I still have the lead. Matt's next.
Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye.
Okay. Squeaky, dropping things. That was close. McNew, we'll let you decide. We're going to throw it to a judge. McNew hasn't gone yet. Who won that, Matt or me? You're on mute.
What? I shouldn't be.
Okay, you're off mute. Okay. I don't know what goes on. Sometimes your microphone cuts out.
Yeah, so you can hear my cork pop. Steve won that one.
Okay, so I have the lead. Matt, nothing you can do there. We went to a judge, an impartial judge, and that's what she said. And we all have to. We know the rules. We all have to live with it. All right, McDo, you're last but not least. What do you got?
Castle and Key.
Okay. I don't know if it was as loud, but there was no foul there. It was a nice, clean cork pop. If it was only based on loudness, I think I'd win, but I think McNew had more going on there. She wins. So Cheers to McNeil.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about a Remus experiment. It's the second one to come out. This is supposed to be a twice yearly thing, so this is just on course with what their plans are, and we'll tell you about the new one. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show. All right, well, there's a look at some of our highlights in 2025. Share with us yours in the comments below. I don't know what that means. All right.
You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about the new Remus Experimental number 2.
Yes, we are. So, KK, she's our research person. What do we know about experiment number 2?
This one is 113 proof.
Okay.
And it's a wheat whiskey.
Yeah, how about that?
95% wheat.
Yeah. So this is the traditional MGP recipe, 95.5, but it's wheat, not rye. So that's pretty wild. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's see. Originally designed as an outlet for creative exploration, the series gives the master distiller Ian Sturzman a blank canvas to push beyond traditional boundaries. So, which is fun because they're just like a factory of whiskey, but now they're making a name for themselves.
Yes. They are, which is cool because normally it's just rinse, lather, repeat. We make whiskey, we make the 95.5, we make it. What are we doing tomorrow? We're making 95.5 rye. What are we doing the next day? 95.5. Now they're doing some fun experiments, and Ian Sturzman now, who's been in the job more than a decade, is some of the things that he started working on and bringing the creativity are coming to market now, which is pretty exciting stuff. KK, just a couple other things about it. It's 700 milliliter bottle. That's going to be the standard on these. So international bottle, $70. That's a great price. And it does have 3 finishes too. Tawny port, white port, Oloroso sherry, and ruby port. Actually 4. So 4 finishes. So Ian's having some fun. I think that's the bottom line here. When you look at somebody doing 4 finishes, they're wanting to experiment and do some different things. And again, MGP hasn't been a creative force at this kind of stuff in the past. So I bet you Ian's having the time of his life doing this.
Yeah.
So
Can only imagine.
I like the Oloroso sherry. I usually like those.
Yeah.
Those finishes.
Those two, and
I also just like saying it.
Yeah. I think that's great for him. He finally gets to do something fun. Like,
Right.
he did work in a whiskey factory. We probably was like, I do the same damn thing every day. But he got so good at they're like, go do what you want. Like, so now he gets to like have fun. And I love this. And I hope they're wonderful. Like, I want to go find a couple of them. So that's great.
Ian's a very cool guy, very nice guy. The industry hasn't gotten to him because he looks young as can be. I mean, he's not haggard by any means. He's a young looking guy, so he's doing well for himself. So,
have you guys tried the Old Elk wheat whiskey from Old Elk?
No, I haven't had that one.
I believe it's a very similar mash bill, and I know that they were contract distilling with MGP. I'm curious to what this 95.5 would have tasted like without all of these finishes. I hope that I still get a little bit of the characteristic of that interesting mash bill without just getting blasted with tons of port and sherry and but I'm interested. I'm intrigued. The price is you can't it's a price that's worth trying. So
yeah,
it
is at that price. It's worth the risk, even based on the what we know about Ian Sturzman, what we know about MGP and making whiskey, and for $70, I'll take a flyer on it, even if I don't get the chance to try before I buy. So that's kind of cool. But what else, you guys? You think? Are you excited about the series? Because I know I am. They're good looking bottles. So.
How are they coming out? Is it going to be are all these finishes coming out at the same time, or is there a certain?
Yeah, that's all for this. It's almost like a cigar blend type of thing. So it's all four finishes for one release, and but they're going to come out twice a year. So this one came out. When was that? When was that at our anniversary? So this came out in July. So we're looking at July was number one, and then March number two. So. And they'll probably eventually get where they're just like 6 months apart and do two.
I like the cut of the bottle.
Yeah,
not just a smooth.
Yeah, kind of. It has an Art Deco look to it, which is kind of what they do with Remus. So it fits the brand, but it's different too. So it's cool.
What is that one?
This is the first one that they did. So it's a 9-year-old, and it is. Let's see if they say the mash bill on there. It's finished in Belgium made cask. But what was else? I think it's the 5149 recipe that we have our barrel pick with, which is 51% corn, 49% malted rye. So again, different rye, and then finished with that special barrel. We talk about French oak. This is finished in the top cooperage in Belgium, so it's kind of the same type of thing. So people like French oak. It's going to have those sort of notes to it on the finish. So that's kind of cool.
That's the Seguin Moreau or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is that what that? Yeah.
Yes.
That one was in a $750, and it was priced at $80.
Was it? I thought this was a 700. It's the one I got is a 700.
Oh, really?
Maybe hard to read there.
An old article
from
April about it. So
it is. So
this article is full of lies.
Well, we've discussed that ad nauseum. That the reporting when it comes to bourbon is not good. But So cool stuff. I'm excited about it. Hopefully I get access to this. If the shop doesn't get any, hopefully I find one out there. Should be cool. So
these make great bottle share type bottles, because if you're looking to bring something to a party that perhaps no one else has, it's the kind of bottle that you're going to get. Oh, what's that? That's interesting, and everyone's going to want to try it. So.
Yeah, very cool. Well, there you go. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Matt, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Yep, across all socials at Whiskey Tequila Fridays Podcast.
All right, KK.
You can find me on Instagram at KK Cast Strength.
Justine.
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze.
McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley across all social media. We have a website, abvnetwork.com, where we put our content, and we have abvbarrelshop.com, where we talk about all the great things we have at the ABV Barrel Shop in suburban St. Louis. Come by and check us out. But in the meantime, sign up for our email distribution over at abvbarrelshop.com. Justine, anything else? McNeil, anything else to say before we go here? That'll happen later tonight, probably.
Yeah, that's later.
That's...
Yeah, okay. We'll check it around like show 4. I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.